Well, now I'm honored to welcome back author and speaker Vahen King to discuss the importance of this day. Welcome back, Vahen. So nice to have you with us again.
So great to be here, Lori. Thank you.
Well, what does the International Day of Persons with Disabilities mean to you? And why is it important that we recognize this day?
Wow, Lori, these days are great because it does recognize minority groups. And all that we've had to fight through to advance in life, but it's about so much more because I've had my disability or label of person with a disability for 23 years.
Wow.
But you know what? For a lot longer, I had a much bigger disability. And it was me, my fears, my insecurities, and this paralyzing virus was one thing. But it's funny now today, I am physically have more limitations, but I have never been more free. So, what does this day mean to me? I believe that when you give people with a disability a voice, you allow them to shine when for years maybe they felt dull or less than. But it also gives us the opportunity to empower not only people with disabilities, but anyone who's had
Yeah.
paralyzing fear, right? And
Yeah.
disabilities that go beyond that. I have transverse myelitis. What's your disability?
Yeah.
And so today, I say that I'm actually honored to be a person with a disability because when people look at me, if they can say that if that confidently imperfect person with a disability can do it, so can I. So I have
Yeah.
actually a challenge today on this day with on International Day with Persons with Disabilities. I have a challenge to
Okay.
step past your fears, ditch our I can't mentalities,
Yeah.
and be a person of inspiration and influence.
Wonderful. Well, you know what? We take up that challenge. Here's what I say: do it afraid, Vahen. That's my theme in life. And I just think no matter what has held us
Love
back,
that.
fear or disability, we can do whatever God's called us to do, right? And that's what you're doing. In fact, you recently received a 2021 Woman of Inspiration Award, the Influencer Award. Bravo, my friend. What does this award recognize, and what does it mean to you?
Well, first of all, like I was so honored to be among so many other amazing women of influence. And the word influencer is acknowledges a woman who has a global vision coupled with a contagious message to share with the world. And she's a mentor, paving the road less traveled for the other women to follow. And as a person who's also a disability, receiving the Influencer Award, it it shows that my passion to influence others, no matter if they have a disability or not, men and women, to see past their self-perceived limits.
Yes.
This award affords me the opportunity to see that this is not just a dream to accomplish, but it's my live reality, and that's an honor in itself that it goes beyond words.
Wow. Well, they picked the right person because
Hmm.
I've said to you this before, but I do respect and I'm just so inspired by the way in which you've leaned in to what God has had for you in this season of disability. You're such an inspiration to so many, especially to people with disabilities, and you challenge people, I love this, to lean into discomfort and see that our biggest limitations or disabilities are often the ones we put on ourselves. So, what does it look like to lean into discomfort, and how do we move forward from it?
Oh, girl, there is so much I could say about this, but no one likes being uncomfortable, Lori. Like,
Right?
we don't like being uncomfortable, but growth cannot happen from our lazy boy chair or couch. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And well, for me, I hated people seeing me in this chair. And going from not liking people seeing me in the chair to winning first ever Miss Wheelchair Canada, the transition of leaning into discomfort was letting people see me.
Wow.
Was not only uncomfortable, it was painful, and oftentimes I felt degraded. But I'm still in a wheelchair, so what changed, right?
Yeah.
Learning to love me, learning to let people see me, and not only the things I liked, the good things I liked about me, but even the things that are not so nice. And that's just a simple way to illustrate it. But most importantly, it was about trusting the Lord with all of my heart and not leaning on this girl's understanding, but on his love for me, so that in everything that I could do, I could learn to lean into discomfort and have the confidence that I needed to grow. That's faith, Lori. Walking when you can't see, uncomfortable, yes, and scary as all get out. But when you lean into the discomfort of letting go of your own strength and relying on His, you will
Mm.
most definitely move forward.
Wow. Oh man, there is so much in that. And I mean, you live it out. That's number one. You live it out, Vianne. But I know there's somebody watching right now. They actually want to avoid discomfort. You know why? Because I know we're all a bit like that.
Oh,
We just want to avoid it. So, like, what are the ways that we can maybe stop avoiding and lean in more to those difficult things in our life? Because I'm like you, I know that God has used me in my seasons, in my time, in my weakness more than in my strength. And so, what do you say to someone who's just like avoiding right now? They don't even want to deal with their discomfort.
understanding that you are more courageous than you give yourself credit for. Realizing that, you know what, you can find another way to push past these fears and insecurities. And I have it unpacked in my book, but
Yeah.
basically, I'll give you a quick example.
Yeah.
I did not want to drive unless I could drive with my feet. I did not want to find another way. But until, I mean, I wanted to be independent. I wanted that freedom. I wanted that. And when I saw other people doing way more with a lot less mobility than me, I'm like, I gotta find another way to do this. So I embraced that other way. And
Wow.
so it really does start with telling yourself, letting go those I can't mentalities, right?
Yeah.
And realizing that once you can accept your new reality, because like
Yes.
I'm a person with a disability. If I was to mourn and stay in, I don't want to be a person with a disability. Well, hey, that ain't going to change overnight.
Right.
So accepting your new reality, embracing God's strength in you, and find another way around that. And
Yes.
that is in many different ways. And it's not always as easy because there's,
Mm.
it's just, we know that it's not always that easy,
Yeah.
but with God, all things are possible, Lori. I mean,
Yes. Well, you say it so well in your book, Contagious Courage. And Vianne's book is available now in both audio and video format. That's amazing. And if you want to hear more of this inspiring message from Vianne, thank you so much, Vianne. Go to 700club.ca. All the info there, all the links are there. You can get the book and find out more about Vianne. But thank you, Vianne, for that great reminder today. God bless you as you keep stepping forward in courage.
absolutely. It's my pleasure. God bless you.
Yeah.